Hello friends, welcome to the 12th episode of Joomla 2.5 Custom Component Development Series. In the previous lesson, we have seen that how to execute your SQL query during component installation and installation. In this episode, we will see how to insert, edit, delete data from database table from your component controller. So, let's install our previous component. So install, and so our install.sql query executed. So let's check whether the table is created or not. Yeah, table is created. Okay, so to your my component. So here from the back end, open the controller. So when somebody will visit the create section, so we want to insert some data into our database table. So let's check data is present or not. So select star from our table name. So nothing is there, empty set. So if you want to interact with the database, so you need to get the database object. So here let's get the database object. So $db equal to jfactory get dbo. So we got the database object. Now using this database object, we can execute some query. So let's I'm showing you some technique how to retrieve data. So at first you need to create database object. Then you have to set your query. Then execute your query. Okay, so db equal to jfactory get dbo. So you got the database instance. Now you have to set your query. So let's define our query like select star from has underscore underscore. I have a previous tutorial I have tell that what is has underscore underscore. This is Joomla prefix, so automatically replace by the Joomla current prefix. So users, now you have to set this query. So $db, use this object, set query $sql. We have set our query. Now we can execute $db query. Okay, so in short form you can do like this. So create database object and $db set query $sql, and you can use the PHP chaining method technique, or also you can specify the SQL here. Select star from has underscore underscore users. Okay, so in this way you can execute our query. So we have got the database object. Now we will define our query. So $query, so I insert into our table name. It's this one, because we get the prefix by has underscore underscore. So has underscore underscore, this is the prefix, and table name. Now we will specify the field name. So title and description, not body and values So here first post, this is post body. So we have defined our query. Now we have to set this query with the db object. Set query dollar query and execute the query. Okay, so just do this. Let's install this. Now check there is some data or not. Data is not present. Now we will visit to the create task. Create task. Okay, the data inserted. Let's check. So here you can see first post. So data insert is working. So now we will I will show you in the live site. So let's change the permission. So close this. Let's open our Joomla project, which is under www folder. If you are in Windows, then in WAMP or XAMPP. So inside www, this is our Joomla project. So go to the backend component, my comp, here controller. So let's insert another second post, save, execute this, refresh. Let's check in the database. So here you can see two posts, first post, second post. So insert is working. Now I will show you how to update. So I want to update the second one. Okay, let's create a function for update. Okay, so here we can create like function update post, we will get the ID. So $id j request get int id. If somebody not pass, it will be 0. So if $id greater than 0, then we will execute our query. So at first you need to get the database object. Now you have to define the query like $query. So update table name. Let's copy the table name. Table set. We want to update the title to changed by user. Okay, and now we will put where condition, where id equal to $id. We can pass limit 1, or we may not pass. So now we have to execute the set the query. So $db set query $query $db query. Okay, so update post. So let's go to the backend and call this function, or we may write here else echo pass id for update. Okay, so here we will specify the task, that is update post. So press enter. So here you can see update id for pass id for update, so we have to pass the id. So we want to update the second record. So current is second post, so we cannot see anything because we are the if block is executed. So let's view whether the record is updated or not. So select star from table name. So here you can see change by user, so we are able to update the record. So let's update the first one also. Now this one. Now here changed by user. Okay, so in this way we can check, we can update the database. Now we want to delete some data, so let's create an function. Here already delete is present, so here we will delete some, implement this functionality. So from the URL we will pass the id and we will delete. So $db, so we have to get the object and we have to define the query. So $query, so delete from table name where id equal to $id. If you are deleting some primary key, deleting record based on primary key, it should be 1, so better to pass limit 1. So set the query. If you not set this one, so what will happen, it will execute the previous query. Suppose previous query is executed in build by Joomla or other extension, that query will be executed. So please note that you have to use this one. So this means when you call the $db query, the currently setted query will be executed. Okay, so delete. Similarly we may put some condition like here if else block else okay. So call the task delete. So it's calling welcome to delete task. This is the default text was present, this one, and pass id for update delete. Let's put a horizontal row, pass id for delete. So let's pass some id. So %id equal to 2. So hopefully the delete query is executed. So let's check, select star from post. Here we cannot see the second record, that means the delete query is executed. So now I will show you how to use the select query. So let's list some record. So function list posts, okay, which will display all the posts. So $db factory get dbo $query select star from this table. Now we have to set this query. So $query. Now we will receive list of object. So $rows. So $db load object list. So this will return array of object. So if we print underscore r, then we can see the result in good format. Print underscore r dollar rows. So let's go to the list post task. List post. So here only one post is appeared. So this is array of object. So let's insert one more. So another record will be inserted. Refresh this page. Here you can see second post. Let's insert some one more. So third post. Execute the create task and refresh this one. Here you can see we have three posts. So this is the array of object. Now if I want to fetch one, so what, let's say we want to get the object of id 3. So here we have to specify where id equal to 3. So this time we can also use the list object. So this will be array of single object, but we know that this will return only one array, one row. So we can use the list load object method. So it will return single object. So we can use this object to echo some value like echo dollar row pointer title. Okay. So refresh. So here you can see second post. Now dollar row body, save and refresh. So here you can see this is the post body. So in this way you can access different values. Now how can you access if multiple post? So in that case we have to use the object list. So if I run, so I'm getting the an array that is containing 3 object. So we want to display all the post. So let's create a for loop for $I equal to 0, $I less than count, because the rows is an array, rows $I plus plus. So now we can grab all the things like $id. So let's create an object. So $row equal to $rows $I. So this will be a single object. This will represent a single object like this one. So from using this row we can extract all the data like $id equal to row id, $title equal to $row title, and $body equal to $row body. Okay, so now we can print this like echo h1. We can print like $title, and below in paragraph we can display the body. Okay, that's it. And after one post we may put some horizontal line so that one post is separated from another. So let's remove all this stuff, save and refresh. Now here we can see all the post. Let's insert another, refresh this page. Here you can see the post is automatically coming because this is inserting here. Now if we want, like if somebody pass the ID, it will display exact the post, otherwise it will display list of post. So we can achieve this like, so let's check ID equal to j request get int id. If id is not passed, then we'll assign it to 0. So if $id is greater than 0, that means somebody passed the id. So here we will one thing, and if not passed, so we will execute this code like listing code. So this will list all the posts, but here cart place it above so that these two block can execute. So now here the id is present, so here will be a where condition. So where id equal to $id. Okay, now set this query and fetch the row, because we know that this will be single one. Okay, so let's print this. Okay, save, and let's check this. So if I refresh, we have not passed any id, so it's displaying all the posts. Now if we pass the id equal to 2, I think 2 is not present, 1 3 4 5, so just 1. So we can see the post 1. Let's 2 is not present. 3, yeah, we can see 3. 4 is exist also, so we can see the 4 and 5. So if we remove this id, it is displaying all the post. Okay, so we can check the number of rows by get num rows. So I will show you one page where you can get the reference. So Joomla databases, accessing database, yeah. So here you can see that all the documentation are present. Like you want to get the insert id after inserting record, so insert id like db insert. In this way you can get the last insert id. Okay, and also get num rows here. So visit this page, you will get some more useful stuff. Okay, hopefully you can understand select, update and delete query. So how to execute this. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. And in the from the next episode, up to this level we have learned the things. We will create some application so that we can understand that using this technique like controller and database accessibility, we can create application. But there will be some problem, so we will find out what are the problems, why we need to move towards the MVC architecture. Then we will move toward the MVC architecture, and I will show you how to create model, view and subcontroller, jtables, etc. Okay, thank you.